Price, drag racing commentator and your guide to the exciting world of Chris Hampson's drag racing team. Before we focus in on Chris's drag strip exploits in particular, let's take a quick look at some of the sights and scenes which help to make drag racing one of the most spectacular forms of motorsport around. So what exactly is drag racing? Basically, it's an acceleration contest between two machines over a measured and timed distance, usually a quarter of a mile. This brilliantly simple format applies at all levels of the sport, be it at a local club race or one of the major internationals held in front of 30,000 fans at Europe's top motor racing venues. But for a rider's view of drag racing, here's a quick trip up the quarter mile on one of Britain's fastest street class drag bikes, a 200 brake horsepower turbocharged Suzuki with a finishing speed of around 150 miles per hour. But of course there's much more to it than just point and go. For instance, the spectacular tyre warming burnouts which never fail to bring the crowd to their feet. Most modern drag bikes like these, the popular Pro Stockers, burn petrol. The exceptions, though, are the ear-splitting nitromethane-powered top fuel machines like this, an increasingly rare breed. One of drag racing's most exciting and competitive divisions is Pro Stock, where the machines must be developed from production road bikes. Performance is nonetheless spectacularly improved over a standard. And in the white heat of the European series, the 200 brake horsepower Pro Stockers race from 0 to over 150 miles per hour in just 8 seconds. The strangely titled funny bikes are something else again. Just 3 seasons after the class was introduced to the United Kingdom, they have established themselves as the most exciting drag racers of them all. Turbocharged 400 brake horsepower power plants and massive 12-inch wide rear tyres are par for the course, as exemplified here by Graham Nash. This run was to set a new track record of 4.88 seconds. With all that power though, things don't always go according to plan, and riders need plenty of nerve as well as split-second reactions. But when it comes down to it, there's nothing like the sight and the sound of 2 top funny bikes locked in mortal combat. Furious smoky burnouts, tension building on the start line, and then the explosive launch up the track. In this case, Chris Hampson taking on Graham Nash in the British Championship of 1988. Chris was one of the first funny bike riders outside of the United States of America, and with his immaculately turned out machines,
Express running a solo run, launching that bike, and see the way it jumps from the start line.
in 1988, Chris expanded his racing effort by adding a talented new pro stock rider, Col Rule, to the team. Like Chris, Col is a former street class champion and a totally dedicated drag racer. But he is also a highly skilled tuner and race bike builder in his own right. In his spare time, he crafts one-off components for many top drag racers, as well as carrying out all the fabrication and construction work on his own pro stock Suzuki. Despite only moving up to pro stock at the start of 1988, in his first season, Col exceeded even Chris's high hopes for him. He quickly became the second fastest rider in the division in Europe and finished the season in third place in the United Kingdom Championships and sixth in the European Series against vastly more experienced international competition. Seen here racing against his only remaining conquest, V&M Racing owner and twice European champion Jack Valentine, Col Rule defeated every single British pro stock rider during the course of the season to be back with the funny bikes. There's no shortage of tough competitors around who Chris must keep ahead of if he is to improve on 1988's best ever results. Riders like Paul Willis, V&M Racing's Mick Fancy, and a rising star Martin Peck from the Dymo tuning stable, which also includes one of the top pro stock riders, Alan Wald. Other front runners for Col Rule to watch out for in 1989 will be Len Padgett's Suzuki and the top Kawasaki runner, John Morton. Time and money are inextricably linked in drag racing. Success